Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Kairo, and today I'm going to be playing ADASTRA. I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Let's get started. Okay, so I have done this before, but I don't have my old save files because I don't have access to my old computer. I just got a new gaming PC recently, so I'm going to start from fresh. Because why not? It's so large. It's too much. How do they get anything done? Sensing doubt. Shall we proceed with the directive, Amicus? I don't know. Are you sure they're level 5? Data from mission 32-65-193 indicates primate species with level 5 intelligence and... Understood. Thank you. Most recent data indicates that all uplift attempts failed. Ha, that figures. Why did we try to uplift here in the first place? Sensing doubt. Shall we proceed? Name of the planet? Earth. Location of Romanus uplift? The city of Rome in the state of Italy. Is the probe there? It has arrived. Give me a visual. Zoom in. That doesn't look like ADASTRA at all. Reminder that uplift failed. Ruins of uplift attempt remain. Show me the ruins. Showing the Roman Forum. Sensing doubt. Shut up, please. What the hell are they even saying? That's not the language. It's all messed up. Sensing that creature there. They are called humans. Get closer. It's a human? Collecting data. He appears to be a young male human. Initiate landing sequence. Have you located the directive? Yes. Warning that full nexus analysis is incomplete. Now please, we cannot waste time outside the stretch drive. Initiating landing sequence. It's hard to believe that I'm actually here. After years of fantasizing about it, I'm in Rome. I've been bouncing around with my friends like an idiot all day. Yeah, I look like a total tourist. But this is what I've been saving up for the past 2 years. A whole semester in Rome with the study abroad program. All the conversations I've had with my parents about what a waste of money it would be evaporates from my brain as I take in the view. We only have a few hours, so we moved from the Forum to Palatine Hill, then finally to a nearby disco where I get just a little drunk. Before I know it, it's 2 in the morning, and somehow my friends and I are able to stumble to a taxi that takes us back to our apartments. I walk unsteadily through the darkness, glad that I have this place for myself for now. Apparently my group was the first to arrive, and my assigned flatmates won't be here for a few days at least. I open the door to my room and move my hand along the wall. I stumble in and sit on my bed, bouncing happily for a moment. I think about going out onto the balcony, but I've been walking all day and it feels too nice to be sitting down. Plus, it might not be a great idea considering the state that I'm in right now. He means he's drunk. Still, just knowing the magic of the city is just outside my window is going to make it hard to sleep. I sigh happily and look around my little room. Actually, I'm told that it's kind of big by the city standards. It's still a little bare since I've just moved in today. I basically just dropped my suitcases next to the door before running out again. I glance at them, but decide I'm way too tired right now to unpack even if my pajamas are in there. It's fine if I'm just laying on top of the covers. I'll get to it tomorrow. In the meantime, I just lay back, smiling in the afterglow of today's excitement. and tomorrow I'll get to see even more. Damn it, I need to calm down. No way am I gonna have the energy I'll need tomorrow if I'm up all night. I've got the whole semester, and on top of that, school doesn't actually start for another 2 weeks. There's plenty of time. Just relax for now and enjoy it. With that thought in my head, I start to drift off. Something moves. I lay there in the dark, wondering if I'd dreamt it. I'd been dreaming, even though I can't remember exactly what it was about. Something about a portal, maybe? I listen for a while, but there's no other sound, just the occasional soft whoosh of a car pass by outside my balcony. I shift around a little bit. The suffocating humidity is making the sheets stick to my skin, and I wonder if maybe there's a fan in the closet. I finally sit up in bed, realizing that there's no way I'm going to fall back to sleep like this. I could at least try sliding open the balcony door, though I'm not sure that will do me any good. Worth a try, I guess. I groggily slide out of my bed and try to slide the glass door open, but it doesn't budge. I struggle for a few more seconds before sighing and moving towards the door to find the light switch. My feet slide along the semi-cool wooden floor, which feels great, while my hands stretch out in front of me, searching for the wall. Right then I remember that I was woken up by noises, and I imagine some intruder standing there in the dark, waiting for me to bump into him. Feeling the hairs stand up on the back of my neck, I quicken my pace and find the wall, fumbling around until I quickly glance around the room, relieved that it's empty. My parents had warned me about the crime rate here. While the city is technically safe in terms of murder, robberies and muggings are apparently pretty common. I had shrugged it off at the time, but now that I'm alone, I make my way to the balcony, looking for the lock before finally seeing that there's a latch near the top of the door. I unhook it and slowly slide the door open. I'm disappointed to find that the air wafting it from outside is almost as stuffy as the air inside. Still, I take a moment to stare out at the lights of the city for a while. Even though I'm more interested in the ruins, the city itself is undeniably beautiful. Nothing like my hometown. That's when I notice that there's a strange smell in the air, like burning rubber. I stick my head out a bit further, looking around for the source, but I see nothing. Maybe that's normal here? I look back at the clock on the wall. 4 a.m. I sigh and shuffle back to the bed, only realizing that I've left the light on once I've already fallen back first onto the covers. I sigh and will myself to get up, but the tiredness has returned and the heavy humidity is almost like a warm blanket pressing down on me. I close my eyes. I'll get up and turn it off in a second. Just need to rest my eyes for a bit. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink break. Just 1 sec here. It's gonna look weird on the avatar, so just don't judge me. All right. Oh, that's good. Okay. I'll get up and turn it off in a second. Just need to rest my eyes for a bit. Just for a bit. Something moves again, and there's another smell in the air. A good smell this time. Something floral. It reminds me of lavender. And that's when something hard and sharp presses into my left eye socket, just above the eye. It doesn't really hurt, but it shocks me awake. It leans over me, something shiny in its grip, which it's pulling back from my head. What the heck? I kick out with both feet, hitting the thing leaning over me in its body. Edapole! It lets out a surprised grunt, stumbling back and falling on its rear while I scramble back on my bed, pressing myself against the wall. Almost immediately, it scrambles back up, revealing its massive build and its masculine shape. I mean, look at those pecs. He's well built. He's a strong wolf. Very handsome wolf. He adjusts his cape and smooths down his fur before rubbing at his chest, giving me an odd look. Then he fixes a smile back on his face. God damn, he's cute. Ave. I stare. That's all I can do is stare. He stares back at me for a moment, then clears his throat. Ave, hello. The space above my left eye throbs, and it sounds like I'm hearing two things at once from the same voice. Potes intellige? I don't know how to say that. Do you understand? Again, the bizarre twitching in my eye, in my brain, and hearing two things at once. I feel like I'm going to be sick. The room shifts and swirls a bit, then slowly starts to settle again. The twitching in my head turns into a dull throb. I'm having a nightmare. Do you understand me? I stare at him and he stares back. Calm, I don't know if the chip is working. What? The creature raises its hand to its head, rubbing at it. Well, he can speak, and it's translating. Can you understand me? When am I going to wake up? He keeps staring at me, and automatically I respond to him. Yes? Ah, good. Seems it's finally working now. They take a moment to adjust to the host brain. I struggle to keep up with his words. I'm still hearing what he's saying. It's almost Italian, with the inflections and the rolling R's, but at the same time, it's definitely not Italian. Still, I can understand what he's saying, like he's speaking my own language at the same time. It makes it hard to concentrate. What is your name? What is it? Ugh, well, I know who he is, but I guess in the story I don't yet. What is your name? My name is Kairo. My name is Kairo. Boop. His expectant look almost forces the answer out of my mouth. Kairo. Kairo, beautiful. I am Amicus. The confusing double language I was hearing is starting to fade, and now only my own language comes from his mouth. It's odd. Sorry, I'm really tired. It's odd, the words not quite matching up with his lips. What's even more distracting are the massive canines that continue to flash behind those lips. I need to get the hell out of here. Dream or not, I don't like the look of the teeth and the claws on this thing. Is it the lingua? Is the lingua having troubles again? I don't respond, instead glancing at the door just to the right and behind this Amicus. He frowns. Calm, you told me they're level 5. I can't even speak with it. It takes me a moment to realize he's not talking to me. I hear a soft chatter coming from the wolf, like someone's talking to him from a phone, but I can't see anything. Yeah, well, he kicked me in the chest. Amicus rubs at his chest with a frown. More muffled speaking. Of course I didn't. He just kicked me. He's looking at me like he has no idea. More muffled speaking interrupts him. Oh, wait, what? Are you serious? Now he looks pissed, and I press myself harder against the wall, trying to work up the courage to make a break for the door. How? Wait. So you're always offering me opinions on my mood, but you couldn't offer that? More muffled babbling, but the wolf thing interrupts it with a snarl. Well, what the hell do I do now? His lips are drawn back, and now I get to have a real good view of those canines. Isn't it kind of weird how, like, those teeth are called canines when they're on a canine? I don't know, just food for thought. I just realized that. I stare wide-eyed at them, and that's when he seems to notice me again. He readjusts his expression into a smile, but I could still see a fang poking out. Hey, listen. Something about the way he acts, his expressions, demeanor. He's so human. Could you Could you come with me outside for a quick moment? For some reason, the realization of his humanness makes me absolutely positive that this is a dream. This must be a character from a game, or a movie that I'd seen. I shake my head slowly at him. Please? I just stare, still waiting to wake up. I've had dreams where I couldn't wake up before. This is just one of those. I remember reading somewhere that if you aren't sure you're dreaming, you can plug your nose. If you could still breathe, then it's definitely a dream. But I remain frozen against the wall. The massive wolf sighs. Then his paw suddenly moves to his waist. I only have a moment to see some sort of device with multicolored lights before he moves and my entire body seizes up and things go black. Uh-oh. My body feels strangely numb. It's like when I wake up with a dead leg or arm, except right now it's my entire body. The only thing I could really feel is a sharp, cold pain behind and above my left eye. Sorry. Excuse me. I try to wiggle my fingers and hands, wondering if I'm having some sort of sleep paralysis. They move, at least I think they do. Everything is so dark. Am I still in the apartment? Usually there's a little bit of light coming from the balcony because of the street lamps, but everything is pitch black. I start to feel a little panicky, both from the numb feeling and also the idea that I might have gone blind somehow. I try to remember what happened last. Did I go out somewhere? Maybe a club? The disco. Did I take something? I start to push myself up, and that's when I feel something soft under my hands, and something very hard under it, like concrete. I'm definitely not in a bed right now. Now I really am starting to panic, wondering if I've been kidnapped. I get on my hands and knees, thankful that at least the numb feeling is going away. I'm also relieved to find out that I'm not blind. I see a soft glow of light outlining what's roughly the shape of a door in front of me. I open my mouth, about to call out before I force it shut again. I have no idea where I am or how I got here, but I'm not liking the signs. My head throbs a little, and I close my eyes tight, trying to steady my breathing, listening to my heart pound. I definitely got back to my apartment, and I remember going to bed, and then I remember... My eyes fly open as I remember that wolf creature staring at me with those blue eyes. And those teeth. Oh my god, there's no way. There's no fucking way. I open my eyes again and stare at the soft light, trying to listen. There's a constant hum of some kind, a whirring of a large machine. It's gentle and almost soothing, but it makes me think I'm in some sort of vehicle. But I don't feel anything, no bumps or turns. I slowly crawl towards the door, listening as hard as I can for voices or movement, anything that might tell me something's nearby. Someone is nearby, sorry. As I get closer to the door, I do hear something, a type of beeping and chirping. I stay in that position for what seems like a solid 15 minutes, not hearing anything more. I think about trying to open the door, but I realize that might not be a great idea. I still don't know if that wolf is real. No, I know he isn't real. What's more likely is that someone slipped something in my drink and I hallucinated everything. I had laughed off my parents' warnings that tourists are vulnerable in Rome, but now that doesn't seem so scary, or so crazy. Someone had drugged me, followed me to my apartment, then kidnapped me. I need something, a weapon, before I try opening the door. I feel like I'm in a closet of some kind, so there's probably something here that I can use. Slowly, I get on my knees and start moving forward, waving my hands out in front of me. If I can find the shelves, then I can just feel around for something solid and... Ooh, didn't sound good. My hand sweeps what feels like a box, and what follows is a clang of metal as something falls on the floor. I cringe, squeezing my eyes shut as the sound echoes around the room I'm in. I kneel there in complete silence, stunned. And that's when light spills over my body, followed by a large shadow. Amicus. Oh hey, you're awake. Did you know he was awake? Yes, for approximately 0.2 hours. It's 0.2 of an hour. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that math. I swear to the gods, why are you so useless? Is he talking to Calm? Oh, he is. I sit there, not having turned around yet, but the shadow gets bigger and I feel him looming over me. I get a whiff of lavender. Finally, I slowly turn my head and see the wolf. He towers over me, his broad muzzle pointed down so that he can look me right in the eye. While his size and general demeanor are intimidating, his eyes are warm and friendly. Well, yeah, I mean, look at how cute he is. That doesn't really matter to me right now, as I realize that I hadn't been dreaming or hallucinating earlier. Or the dream/hallucination is ongoing. It's not a hallucination. The wolf moves towards me, and I immediately scoot back until the shelves behind me dig into my spine. Ouch. I vaguely notice the metal thing that I'd knocked over earlier. It's a polygon-shaped thing with a long cord running out of it. Remember, the human doesn't know about the Galaxias. Proceed with caution. The wolf's ears flick before he visibly tries to write his expression into a smile. Hello, human. Sorry, I mean Kairo, right? Again, I get caught up in watching the movements of his mouth counter to what I'm hearing in my brain. Then I notice he's waiting, watching me intently. I open my mouth and close it, then nod. The wolf still stares at me, seeming not to understand. Right? The silence stretches on until I finally force myself to speak. Yes. It comes out in barely a whisper. Great. So now that we understand that, I can tell you that I'm from the star Stella Vita, very far from here. The wolf sets his paws far apart, his eyes wide as he emphasizes the distance. He's talking to me in a way one might to a very dumb 2-year-old. I live on a moon called ADASTRA. Do you know what a moon is? You live on what's called a planet. I stare at him for a moment, almost offended despite my continuing shock. Amicus smiles gently. A moon is a large... I know what a moon is. Amicus blinks at me. We have one. My words feel automatic, almost... or actually everything feels like it's in autopilot right now. Oh, well, I didn't know that. That's great. There's an awkward silence as the two of us stare at each other. The initial fear is wearing off. I feel that if this alien is meaning to hurt me, he would have done it by now. At least, for now. Amicus rubs his paws together nervously. Are you hungry? He motions at his mouth, then rubs his stomach while licking his lips. Again, gestures and expressions that I have no trouble interpreting. The only alien thing about him is his appearance. I don't know. The wolf frowns, almost looking frustrated. His slow speech gets even slower. Well, why don't we give it a try then? I guess my answers don't exactly make me seem intelligent. But I don't know how else to respond. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink break. Just one sec. Yep. Very thirsty. Why don't you come out onto the deck with me? I'll make something. Amicus gives an exaggerated come on gesture with both paws as he walks backwards, straight into the wall as he misses the door. Ouch. Ow. Yeah, let's go, human. He rubs the back of his head with a wince before turning and walking out the door. I stare at the open door for a moment before slowly getting up and following him, walking over a brown shag rug, the soft thing I'd been laying on. That's when I'm standing in the middle of what looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Ooh, I like this music. It's small and cramped, but the amount of unfamiliar glowing technology is almost overwhelming. Glass panels cover almost every inch of the walls around me, displaying images and characters that I can't even come close to understand. Straight ahead of me are large windows looking out into blackness, dotted with specks of light. They're called stars. Ooh, specks of light. I'm in a spaceship. The realization of where you finally are. Where the hell is he taking me? Amicus is over to my right side, messing with what I can only describe as a large espresso machine growing out of the side of the spaceship. He's holding a cup under a nozzle, ducking down a little to stare at the opening. That sounds like me when I'm getting a Slurpee at 7-Eleven. I'm like, I'll put the cup there, and then I'll like duck down a bit just to make sure that it's like pouring into the cup, to make sure the spout's on top. He notices me looking. Takes a while to warm up. I have to warn you that it's not very good, but it's probably better than most of what you eat on your planet. It's not a moon. It's called planet Earth. Just as he's talking, a very thick globule of brown sludge shoots out of the nozzle, half of it missing the cup. Sounds nasty. Ah, damn it. The wolf hastily moves the cup to catch the rest of it, while reaching over with his other paw to snatch up a rag from a hook on the side of the machine. Sorry, this thing is near broken. Do you want to sit down? He nods his head over at one of the 2 seats in front of the windows. Just, don't touch any of the bright lights, okay? I make my way over to the front of the deck, still waiting to wake up. I stand beside the seat, reaching out to touch the soft red bristles of the helmet and the wings on the side. It does look pretty cool. This only enforces the feeling that I'm hallucinating or dreaming. There's a strange Roman influence to Amicus and the ship, one that's almost cartoonish. Has my obsession over Rome gone too far? I can just imagine myself in some Italian hospital right now, babbling about Roman wolf aliens. Go on and sit, says Amicus. Amicus plants himself heavily in the seat next to mine, holding 2 cups of what looks like brown sludge. He holds one out to me. I take it gingerly before sitting down. I do not know what that word means, but I know what ginger is. Whatever. Looking into the cup, the food, quotation, food, has the consistency and look of half-melted chocolate ice cream. Okay, it sounds like shit. It's gross. Except it's warm and smells like dirt, like literal mud. That's so gross. I scrunch my nose up at it, which Amicus notices. Haha, yeah, it's not the best. I actually had some good food that I brought along with me, but I ate it all before I got here. The wolf shrugs, then settles excitedly into his seat. So tell me about where you're from. What's life like on Earth? It's okay. Okay, well, what's your occupation? I'm a student. Oh, what discipline? I try to adjust to the surreal feeling of talking to this wolf. I don't know yet. I was looking into history, Greek and Roman studies. That seemed confusing to him for some reason. Do you have an emperor? What's he like? I catch myself staring at his mouth again, at the weird way his mouth is unsynced with his words. No. Then how? I interrupt him. Why isn't your mouth matching up with the sounds you're making? Eh? Canadian? Eh? Even with the spaceship and alien around me, it's the weird distortion of feeling like I'm watching a dubbed movie that has me almost unsettled. Oh. Amicus points a finger at me to a spot just above my left eye. I gave you a lingua. It helps you understand me. I stare at him, but he doesn't offer anything more. How? Oh well, it sort of attaches to the language center in the brain. It's very smart. It learns from the host brain and is able to interpret the 8 major Galaxia languages for them. And how does it do that? Well, our brains are structured in similar ways, at least among sapiens, so it works almost universally. Honestly, it's parental tech, so I'm not fully sure how it works. None of us do, but it does work. Amicus continues to look at me, clearly concerned about something. But I'm concerned too. How did you get it into my brain? You know, you ask a lot of questions. Dude, if I got kidnapped, I'd be asking lots of questions too. So, poke your eye a little bit there. I stare at him. Well, this is all kind of new to me. Should I not be asking questions? It's fine. I've just never had a child ask me questions, really. Anyway, there's a device that inserts it. It was lucky to find one left over on the ship. Inserts it. I rub the spot between my eye and eye socket, the skin slightly tender. Does it hurt? That should wear off in a few hours. I stare at Amicus for a few moments, then down into my cut, feeling a bit sick. Staring at the brown mush isn't helping. Well, then stop looking at your cut, bud. Need help with that? You can eat it like this. He dips his muzzle down towards his own cut. He sticks out his long, thick, pink tongue, pressing it into the sludge before cupping it and bringing it back into his mouth. He pulls a bit of a face before smiling. Not terrible. Then he looks at me a bit closer. Wait, you do have a tongue, right? Of course I do. Obviously. How can you speak without one? I stared back at him for a moment before setting the cup to the side on the armrest. What are you doing? Huh? What is all this? Where are you taking me? At this point, I'm starting to get over the shock. I'm also starting to get annoyed at this alien's complete disregard for basically everything to do with me. You kidnapped me. You left me in a closet. You're feeding me what looks like shit. I told you it sounded like it. And now you tell me you jabbed something into my brain? Amicus actually flinches at that. Does it hurt? I can give you a pain manager. Okay, I just gotta say here, that is like a total violation of our rights. To like inject something into our brain? Like, holy shit. Amicus, you don't understand. I don't really want anything from you. What is all of this? The wolf just stares at me, wide-eyed. It's like he didn't even consider me being capable of being upset. Hey, it's okay. You kidnapped me. I feel myself getting more panicked, both from the realization of what's happened and what's currently happening. No, well, I mean, you like tased me or something. What? You electrocuted me. No, it's not electricity. That doesn't make it better.